Peterbot and Poyo may have just had the most dominant performance we have ever seen in a tournament in Fortnite history. And I know that sounds insane. This is a cash cup, not a grand final, but wait till I run through exactly how ridiculous their day was. They just broke the world record for amount of points in a duo cash cup in the opens, and then they won 5 out of 6 games in the finals, only losing the 6th game because they got quad contested. Let me run through the whole tournament, because if you missed it, this was ridiculous. Speaking of tournaments, you guys actually have a chance to verse me, as today's video is actually sponsored by Matchmasters, and you can verse me and be featured in my next video. All you have to do to enter is download Matchmasters by clicking the link in the description or scanning the QR code on the screen and start playing. Even though I'm going to be versing one of you, don't worry, I'll give you a head start and explain how the game works. Matchmasters is the first match 3 game where you are versing real opponents from around the world. All you have to do is match 3 or more tiles of the same color on the screen, but I promise you it won't be as easy as it seems. With a whole bunch of power-ups, crazy tiles, and even individual boosters, which every character has one of, this game is extremely fun and challenging. I can't tell you how many rounds I've been behind before I pull off an insane combo in the last round to clutch it. Never ever think you've got this one in the bag. On top of a chance to be featured in my next video, Matchmasters even wants to give away a special prize to my followers. All you have to do is comment down below what you want to win, and then keep an eye on my YouTube community tab. Let's kick off with the opens. Peterbot and Poyo got 762 points. They played 8 matches, winning 6 of them, and then one of their games they didn't win, they came second. And they did it with an average elims of 19.75. In case somehow hearing that doesn't let it settle in just how ridiculous of a performance this is, they beat second place Clicks and Epic Whale, 2 of the most decorated players in Fortnite, by over 300 points. If you look at the rest of the leaderboard, super close. Clicks and Epic Whale, 458. Muzz and Paper, 450. Yumi and Vert, 450. Twix and Pose, 447. And then you've just got Peterbot and Poyo on another level. And this is opens. Any team can drop Grim Gate. Like, obviously, I know the Cerberus medallion is insanely strong. The first day of the season, I said that this is going to be the strongest medallion by far, and it's obviously proving to be true. But this isn't the finals where people are like, oh, just drop on Peterbot or Poyo, or they have macros, they win every spawn fight. Teams can do this in opens, and a lot of these teams do this in opens. They just don't go on to have the performances that Peterbot and Poyo do. Also, it's worth mentioning as well, Peterbot has just moved to Dallas. He is now on 0 ping, but Poyo is currently extremely sick and was actually throwing up mid-tournament multiple times throughout this performance. And again, this is only opens. We still got to cover what they did in the finals as well. They won the finals with 513 points, winning 5 of the 6 matches. And again, they didn't just win it, they did it with eliminations. A 12 elim win, 8 elim win, 6 elim win, 8 elim win, and 12 elim win. And then game number 6, they got a 1 elim 44th. Like I said, unfortunately, in the last game, they did end up getting quadruple contested. 3 other teams dropped on them. Super unfortunate to see them go down like this. A lot of people were really upset. Everyone wanted to see the 6 out of 6. I'm not saying you can't land on a team just because it's Peterbot and Poyo and you can't just let them win the 6 out of 6, but it was very suspicious that so many teams randomly decided to drop there in the last game. They did almost win the spawn fight as well. They did get one of the elims, but they did just get overwhelmed. And like I said, Poyo was throwing up multiple times throughout this endgame tournament. Pilot and Bucky were actually talking about, before the finals even started, the fact that Peterbot said he was sick this morning. He is now living with them, so he came out of his room, no warm-up, told Pilot he feels terrible, then got on and played back-to-back rounds, dropping world records in both the tournaments. And I need you to think about how hard this actually is. Like, how many things that can go wrong in Fortnite. There's so many different bugs. There's so many different things that can kill you in a game of Fortnite. You can lag out. Your keyboard doesn't connect. Your monitor randomly turns off. You glitch out. You know, there's so many things that can go wrong that aren't even skill-based. It's just luck that can kill you. To overcome all of that, and then think about all the ways you can die. You know, you have a brain explosion. You mess up an edit. You drop down and take a wall and you don't get it. You get headshot sniped on rotating. There's so many things that can kill you in a game of Fortnite, and Peterbot and Poyo almost overcame all of them for 6 games. And again, they still got unlucky as well. In one of the games, Tragic managed to no-scope headshot Poyo with a sniper rifle, and then Peter went on to 1v2 the team to get Poyo back in the game. Throughout this 6-game finals, well, technically 5 games, they had to reboot 3 times and do multiple reses. It's not like they're just untouchable and no one's fighting them. They do die, but they just play that well. And yes, they do have the Grimgate medallion. A lot of people are saying this should be Epic's example that it needs to be nerfed going into the Grands. And I do kind of agree. This item is extremely strong. Yes, Peterbot and Poyo are absolutely dominating, but if you look at basically every single region, if a tier 1 team gets this drop uncontested, their chance of winning the game goes up astronomically, more than almost any other item we've ever seen. Maybe the caddy launcher. We saw Bucky and Okus take height one of the games today in finals, and Peterbot and Poyo just all of a sudden second height, teleported up, pumped them in the head, and took it. There's so little you can do to actually stop this medallion. A lot of people have talked about ways to balance it. Just don't make it that when you drop the medallion, you keep the charges, because that's what makes it so strong. The fact that both of you get triple charges. A lot of people have talked about this. I'm worried that if Epic tried to do something like this, it would just glitch out how the dashing works altogether. People are saying that the dash should only maybe be 2, not 3. I can see plenty of ways to update and actually fix this item, but I honestly don't know if they're going to before FNCS. FNCS is in 12 days. It's right around the corner, and if they don't change it, Peterbot and Poyo are just winning NA. It's just that simple. Unless 4 teams, some of which have been accused of hacking, land on them, they're going to win. They got landed on by the FNCS champions last week, and after beating them 3 games in a row, they decided to no longer drop on them. It's like, people can contest Peterbot and Poyo, and people do, they just lose. The fun isn't over just yet. For whatever reason, Fortnite decided they wanted Easter weekend to be when they run a solo victory cup, a duo cash cup, and a solo victory cup back to back 3 days in a row. So by the time you're watching this video, the solo victory cup will be underway, and we could see Peterbot finally break the 40 elim curse. He's now on 0 ping. That alone could be the difference to drop that extra elimination to push him up to 40. In case you guys missed it, I uploaded on my React channel. We actually had Marius, an EU player, now tie the world record on 39. So Marius is coming for that 40 bomb record as well. So honestly, right now is anyone's game. We have multiple players who could be dropping this, and maybe by the time you watch this video, potentially someone has already done it. So we still have a lot of excitement going down in Comp Fortnite.